right, traders, we are back. It's 1800 hours here. Good evening to everybody. Good to be with you. Let's get our disclaimer up and running here, guys. Remember, there is a risk warning on all our traded products. We are obviously, and they are traded on margin. They obviously do carry a high level of risk, guys. So please note that all information that we discuss here is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. A warm welcome to everybody. It's good once again to be back. Chi, I see you. Jules, I see you. Good evening. Good evening. What a fantastic day. Overall, pretty successful. Quite interesting as well. Maybe a disappointment year or two, particularly the NAS 100, I must say. And yes, AV Trader, no sweating. I totally agree. There was no sweats. Just a bit of a disappointment on the NAS 100, I must say. We expected, I'm sure there's guys here that expected a little bit more from the NAS, expected it to finish what it started, and obviously we'll go and have a look to see what's happening, and we'll give some commentary on that. But if you're here for the first time, a warm welcome. If you will be watching a little bit later on and catching up, perhaps not to the actual movements, because by 9 o'clock the movements would have been done. If you do tune in, maybe some of the educational gems you can still grasp or catch. And so we're going to try and do a bit of a review here for now, for today, for at least for the first day in. All right, so we'll see how the rest of the week goes, but at least for the Monday starting off, we'll be doing a bit of a review here now. All right, so let's get going. Let's see what's really happening here. We chatted about the oil price this morning, and we've been tracking it now. We saw it actually came to a bit of a support. And what I actually want to do is I want to go and deal with the impulse on the hourlies, because I know that we're going to go into a new day tomorrow. And obviously that new day there, I would like us to have some context, what we're going to be looking at. So I will not be looking at the minute frames. I think we've had, I've now seen enough of what the minute frames have to do with for today. And I'll step back into the minute frames tomorrow. But at least for now, let's go and do some work on the oil price. And this will be for tomorrow, okay? So I'm going to kick it off with the hourly frame. It's pretty clear here that there is definitely an impulse that you can see. The impulse was to the downside today. It's stuck there. And even although we're seeing that price has caught a bit of a support, what we trying to see is whether price will be pushing more towards the upside, or do we see price coming down a little bit more. Now, to do that, obviously I want us to understand something very important here. We're looking at the 1 hour impulse to the downside, so we're expecting a correction. Now, if the impulse extends, it's quite obvious that we are not following the 1 hour frame anymore. All right, we will be following the higher time frames. So I'm going to place that there so that the guys know. So if I switch to a 4 hour, all right, if I switch to a 4 hour, hold on, let me do this. If price breaks through here any time of the day from now up until we meet again, what that means is we are continuing the 4 hour move to the downside. So I'll put a 4 hour there. All right, AV, do you see that? So I want to be specific. All right, continuation. Hold on, AV, do you see that? Jules, do you see that? 4 hour continuation below this area here. If anything, if the moment you see it break below this area, you know that it is a continuation of the 4 hour. Is everybody clear there? At least for now, there's no continuation. There's a support there. All right. So I'll be dealing with then this area now, and that is part of the hourlies down. It's part of the hourly's down. All right, so here we go. 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 My 50 zone right there. At 9:30 tomorrow, we'll see where it is. Because if it breaks below there, we're continuing down. I think that's self-explanatory. So the oil price right there, $88 a barrel. What it has done so far, hold on. What it has done so far, oh, wow. All right, let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. All right, so what price is done now is, it's giving us a double bottom, but that does not mean that the double bottom is a buy signal. Remember, we're dealing with a shorter impulse here at 23.6. That's what I'm looking for. Intel, I see you there. Good. Brett, I see you there. Good evening. Good evening. All right. Look here, guys. So I'm going to say this again to all the guys that's joining in now, okay? There's two ideas here. The first one is, if price breaks below this area here, right there, the moment price breaks below that area, all right, it's a 4-hour continuation. So if I go to my 4-hour, then we can see price coming further down. Okay, let's do this. Hold on, so you can see price coming further down. All right, if it breaks below, then we're looking at $80 a barrel, and it could even go a little bit lower. All right, to 76. Now, because it's not there yet, there's a bit of support that it's found now. This is the second one on the agenda. The 1-hourly frame above $83 a barrel. Anytime from now, up until tomorrow morning, $83 a barrel above here, there is a high probability that we could be pushing a little bit upward, okay? Above $83 a barrel, there's a high probability we could be pushing up. So I'm going to leave this as is. Guys, I'm going to leave this as is. It's either we doing our 4-hour continuation or we having a correction right there. Right there. Very, very extremely simple. All right. The gold price, we can see that the gold price has not moved here, guys. It's found a bit of support at the $4,022 per ounce. Okay. It's right there. Now I want to do exactly the same thing here. 1 hour. That's the impulse. If we break that area, 4-hour, and you can even say 8-hour continuation down. Okay. All right. So let me go and place it there as well. Anything below that zone over there, higher time frame, all right, area, continuation. Let me just place it there, please, guys. Just give me a second here. Just give me a second. 4-hour continuation. But if not, the impulse to the upside. See that? Impulse to the upside. So that's what Ash is looking at, okay? There's a lot of divergence here, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of divergence here. All right, I got it. I got it. All right, so I got it here now, guys. Oh, wow. Okay. So 50 right there. You'll see it now. Don't worry. You'll see it now. 50 right there. All right, 50 right here. And then I got the 100 right there. All right. Can everybody still hear me? Can I make sure everybody's still hearing me here? Very quickly, just put it in the chat facility, please, guys. Chat facility, quickly. All right. Tracking. All right. Beautiful. All right, guys. So 4077, remember, if not, we break down 4-hour continuation. All right. So let's see now. Let's see what's cracking here. We need, yeah, we're failing to break. All right, I got it, guys. Remember, what are we dealing with? Either the 4-hour continuation or either we're dealing with a 4-hour continuation to the downside, or we're going to come up for a correction first. You see that? Right there. That's important for us to understand. All right. Either we push down 4-hour. So if you break below that area, it means the 4-hour is just, with the higher time frames, are just pushing down further. If not, this impulse correction, and that we are viewing on the 1 hour and 15 minutes. So just watch that very carefully, okay? Then remember, we're setting up these charts for tomorrow now, okay? Then we have USD JPY. Now this is the one that has been pushing nicely. This one has come up really nicely. We found support. We're up on the 156. I'm still in a buy here. All right, traders. I'm still in a buy here. That is with the USD JPY. It's still doing well. The 1 hour frame, you can clearly see, has now found the support. You guys remember that little support that I had at 156? Look at that. Look how it panned out. It found support, and it went back into my gray block over there. We above. So I'm just going to leave this one as is, okay? This is the 1 hour. It's still there. It's still intact. This one worked out very nicely. Very nicely. All right? That is the USD JPY. All right. Then we have the guy that disappointed us a little bit here. We looked at the NAS. Look at the NAS 100. Remember I said to you guys, Brett, you remember that? If we break above these highs, what do? I exit. And I did. I did not come back to NAS 100. Do you see that? And what did price do after those highs? It continued up. That's the reason why I gave that information. Is everybody clear on that, guys? The reason why I gave that information is because it's a rule. All right? There we go. All right? It's a rule. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, guys. Is everybody clear with that one? Can you just put it in the chat facility? Put that in the chat facility, guys. Let all the guys see. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. If price goes against your plan, all right, guys, then abort mission. Abort mission. There is no need for you to stress yourself out. Okay? There's no need for you to stress yourself out. Stick to the plan. It went above my highs, and I said to you, I'm not interested in NAS 100 if it pushes above these highs. Done. The moment it went above, I was out. All right. So I'm leaving this one for now. All I know is that it had its continuation. The 4 hour looks like the 4 hour is continuing its continuation. That small little correction that we had initially thought we're going to get, it did not happen today. Now, here is the dissatisfying thing. whilst we all sleeping, perhaps even tomorrow morning, that correction can possibly come. All right. That correction can possibly come because it has now reached an area right there of demand and supply. That correction might just come tomorrow whilst we are all inside or even before. So, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to touch the NAS. I'm going to leave it alone. Look at the US 30. This one respected the high. Do you guys see that? This one actually respected this high over here. Look at that. If you go to the shorter time frames, the US 30 surprisingly was the one that respected this area. Look at that. So I'm sticking to the plan over here. All right, anticipating it to still drop. And that's why I'm saying the NAS might just drop when we least expect. And I've been seeing it even last week as well. It had similar behavior. It wasn't moving exactly with the US 30. It moved outside of the mark. So I'm still anticipating US 30 to drop. I'm still anticipating the NAS to drop. It just disappointed today. All right. It did drop a little bit, so we were correct in how far it went into our zone. Yes, it didn't reach the area, the desired zone, but it did drop nonetheless and then reversed. So I'm going to leave this one as is. I'm going to leave the US 30 as is. I'm not going to fiddle with them, all right? The Euro USD, I got into the Euro USD for a short, guys. I'm in here. I'm currently in here, and I am still anticipating, like I did, the area to give me what I have been requesting. All right, down to the 1.14539. I'm waiting for that to happen. Now, once again, guys, these highs are important. I'm watching these highs very carefully, and I'm going to show you which highs I'm referring to. I'm referring to these highs here. Okay, I stick to the plan. If price has to push above and I get an hour frame above there, I do not wait for anything else. I get out. That's why I always monitor things on an hourly basis, because I want to see where the hour candle closes. The hour candle is a reliable candle in terms of closing. All right. Same with the GBP USD. I am already in. I was waiting for this. You guys were there. I said to you I'm in. It has advanced to the downside. All right. The same thing happens here. We have those highs there. Above those highs, I stick to my rules. If an hour candle closes above there, I am out. We're not playing around. Is everybody clear on that? I think that's a pretty straightforward one there, if you ask me. That's pretty straightforward there. That one is pretty straightforward. GBP USD pushing down nicely now. All right, I'm not sure who else managed to score some there. Even with the Euro USD, I'm not sure who else managed to score some good points on that one. All right, but that one is pretty straightforward there. Anything above those highs, 1 hour time frame, Ash is out. I stick to my plan. Okay. Then I have CAD JPY. Now you guys know here I went in for a buy. I said to you that I'm watching this also on an hourly frame, and I was very specific. I said anything that pushes below this area here, that's the 4 hour continuation, I'm not interested in it. Right now, I'm dealing with the impulse. This is a correction that I am attempting to trade, and that is the simplicity of it. It is a structure that has been coming down. That is the impulse. That's the pullback. Impulse, I'm just trading the pullback. That's all. Very, very simple. Now, if this pullback fails and it blocks and breaks and pushes below this area with the 1 hour, I will not stay in this pullback. I'll wait for it to give me a different type of divergent signal, and then I will relook at it. So the CAD JPY is also pretty simple. All right, I'm just waiting to see what happens. But again, I have this area that I am waiting for. So I'll say it once again, guys. Even if a 15-minute frame closes beneath here, even if a 20, a 10, a 6, a 5, it doesn't matter. Any of those I've just mentioned, if they close beneath here, I will not budge. I will only close this trade if an hourly frame closes beneath it. That's it. All right. NZD-JPY, the same thing here. I said exactly the same thing here, guys. No different. Look at the hourlies. Came, did not close beneath. That does not mean, all right, that it can't happen during the early hours of the morning. But from a entry perspective, guys, the only candle that is really powerful here, this is this one here. That's the powerful candle. Look at that candle. Majority of that candle is to the upside. Do you guys see that? Now, even the closing, look where the closing is. The closing is above those candles there. So based on that, I am taking this specific trade now. All right. There has been an insert. I'm attempting still to buy this to the upside. So I'm in and I'm still attempting to trade it to the upside over there, right to that area over there. Does it make sense? This area here, this is where, all right, I would put a stop loss for 1 hour time frame. All right. But remember, it depends on your sleeping schedule and so forth, guys. The challenge with this is sometimes an hourly frame can come, it can actually come down here, but then it still closes inside. All right. Therefore, I watch it actually. All right. I watch it. All right. Every 1 hour or 2 hours or so, I come back and I watch it. But this is exactly the same setup as what I'm going to find with the CAD-JPY. It's the same. Look at that. CAD-JPY and NZD-JPY. It's exactly the same. All right. Is everybody clear? Is it only Brett here tonight, guys? Where's the rest of the guys? I hope the guys are tracking here. Okay. Because what we do not want now is the 4-hour continuation or the 6-hour continuation or the 8-hour continuation, because that's just me saying there's a higher time frame that's pushing down. Right now, you can see even on the higher time frames, there's a correction that's needed here. That is the impulse. Look at that drop. So looking for a push to the upside. All right. So the hourly is what I'm checking there. There's a lot of divergence. It looks good. It still looks good. There's no change over there. It's very, very important. All right. Brett, everything's still good there. Jules, can everybody still hear me? I hope so. Please let me know there. Let me know. Let me know. Am I audible? Is everything still okay? Quickly let me know. Quickly let me know. I am quickly standing by here. I'm standing by with all of you guys. Just pop it in the chat facility real quick. All right. Chichi, I see you there. Thank you very much. All right. All good. All right. Okay. Thanks, Jules. Thank you, Brett. All right. Chichi, thank you very much. All right. Let's move. Euro JPY. Guys, nothing different here. Look at that. Nothing different here. Nothing different here. Okay. This one already broke to the upside. Now, what Ash is doing here, I am selective. I'm not going to get into the Euro JPY, even although I know and can see that price has broken up already. This is a correction. So the probability is that I'll lose out some cash here with the Euro JPY, but that's okay. I'm in the USD JPY, I'm in the CAD JPY, and I'm now in the NZD JPY. So the aim is not for me to overtrade, guys. Ash is not attempting to overtrade over here. All right. I am attempting to be very selective with the most probable outcome for myself. All right. That's what I'm actually attempting to do here. All right. AUD JPY. Look at the hourly frame here. And this is what I was referring to. This is a beautiful example of why I say be very careful. Look at this here. Look at this. How is that for accuracy? Young Sunny, look at this. Look at this. It stopped exactly at that low there. It went down, stopped, went out, and literally closed right there. How's that for accuracy, guys? This is why I'm saying to you that an hourly time frame is a powerful time frame. Look at that. It stopped exactly at that zone there. How's that for accuracy? I mean, it looks unmatched. It really, really looks unmatched. It's really, really powerful. Very interesting over here. All right. Is everybody clear? So guys, what we need to see is that we are preparing then um for tomorrow. All right. GBP yen. Look at the GBP yen. Something similar here. Look at that. Something similar there. All right. Look at this. 1 hour frames come down. This one I'm staying away from. All right. It's just a little bit too deep in there for now. I'm going to wait on the GBP yen, guys. All right. I'm going to wait on the GBP yen. Very important one, guys. I hope I'm still audible here and everything is still good. There we go. There we go. All right. So I'm staying away from GBP yen. It's not looking too good. We'll see how it goes. All right. Then the NZD USD. This one also disappointed me a little bit here today, guys. With the movement of the GBP USD, the Euro USD, I really expected this one to also push. Obviously, we'll catch up with the fundamentals tomorrow. But really expected the NZD USD also to push down a little bit now. I think that would have been a fantastic addition to the start of the week. All right. But at this point, we can see that, there's nothing that's really pushing it to the place where we can say, listen, let's get in, And then we also have the S&P 500. All right, let's see if we can get it. SPX 500. I can't forget the SPX 500. Let's quickly get it. Check. Give me a second. SPX 500. There we go. Let's see what's cracking over here. I'm going to go back to all of those now as well. And we're going to do the same thing here. 1 hour. You guys can see. Now, if price breaks above this area here, it is simply a continuation. All right. If price breaks above that area, it's just a continuation. So it would be a 4 hour. All right. Continuation. There we go. It will be a 4 hour continuation. Now, the 1 hour is showing us that there is definitely, you can see that there is some resistance here now. Look at that. Yep. Let's do this. Hold on. Do you see which impulse I'm working with here? Let's do this. Hold on. So this is the impulse that I'm working with. That's the impulse I'm working with, okay? Let's do this. Let's make it a different color. Brett, you guys can still see it there. Jules, all good still? Intel, AV Trader, you can see it. That's what we're working with. Do you see that? 7.5. Let me just see something here, guys. I'm just trying to Yeah, all right. Oh, wow. There we go. I got it. All right. So, guys, right there, here we have the first zone. Then we have the second zone, which is at 7521. But then what's very important here is this area here. All right. So here we go. So we're basically dealing with this impulse here now. See that there? We're dealing with this impulse here. That's it. It's that simple. It's that simple, guys. We're dealing with this impulse. So if price breaks and closes beneath 7574, 7574.21, that is an indication that price could drop all the way down to 7522.56. However, expect turbulence at the zone here. Expect turbulence at that zone. If not, if we do not correct, 4-hour continuation to the upside. See that? So we're dealing with that impulse. That is a 15-minute down, 5-minute, 10-minute impulse, minute frames right there. If we break above there, continuation. So watch them very carefully now. All right. Euro NZD, which I'm definitely with, is also correcting right now. Look at that correction. So I'm waiting for the correction now. I mean, BTC is still looking beautiful. Whoever is with on BTC is still looking phenomenal, guys. At this point in time, we started the week off rather well. We really started off rather well here today. Okay. We really started off really well. All right, let's do a loop back because this is just a revision. Let's do a loop back quickly. So the oil price, remember, it's either we're going to push above and we have a beautiful continuation to the upside. Correction. Or 4-hour continuation. It's either we are going to continue down or we're coming up so we can finish off these moves. Yeah, I think that's a critical thing for us to have with the oil. All right. Gold price, either 4-hour continuation, all right, to the downside, like you can see there, or a bit of a correction. So it's in between the two. Let's wait and see how it goes. All right. It's all good, Jules. It's all good. It's Monday. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. Some of the guys are. It's pretty. All right. USD JPY looking phenomenal. Phenomenal here today. Look at this. Oh, look at that. Let's see if it holds up. But we're looking for the long. Hopefully, when we come back at 9:30 tomorrow morning, we're going to see a bit of that movement there. I think that's going to be important. All right. That's USD JPY. The NAS 100, like I said to you guys, very disappointing, this one. I feel like taking this one off. You know, really, it's just really disappointing. This one is just disappointing. But then we have the US 30 that's coming out looking really nice. You can see it there looking very bearish, anticipating it to drop still a little bit over here now. All right. I spoke to you about the S&P 500 already. I said that that is the zone we are looking at. Let's see if it drops below the 7574 and we'll take it from there. All right, we'll take it from there. The Euro USD still looking bearish. All right, watching for these highs. If there's any hour frame above those highs over there, I'm out of that. I'm out of it. Right now, looking good so far. The same with the GBP USD. Also, those highs are going to be critical for me. I want to watch and see what happens over there. For now, it's looking good. Let's see if we can reach that area and we take it from there. The CAD JPY, same story, guys. Hourlies, I'm waiting for that area here. If it has to come down and break and close beneath this low, I will not be interested. But for now, I'm up, and this is over 100 pips. So I'm definitely increasing some of my volumes when I do get to, when this price goes above 1111, I'll be increasing some of my volumes over there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. All right. NZD JPY, exactly the same. No difference here to CAD JPY. I'm waiting for 92 to cross so we can take it up there. Once again, I am trading the correction of this impulse. If it breaks to the downside, it's basically a 4-hour up continuation move to the downside. That's it. It's that simple, guys. We do not want to complicate it, all right? Then the Euro JPY, I said I'm going to leave this one out, although I can see there's some good movement here. I'll leave it out and just watch it and enjoy being a little bit more accurate with that one, all right? And then obviously this one, AUD JPY, I did not do anything here. This one closed exceptionally well. A great example for me to illustrate how accurate price can be. And you can see that price did not break that specific, it just went and filled the wick and then it bounced up again. So that is pretty awesome in terms of accuracy. All right. GBPN, the same here, guys. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on this. All right. It's not a train smash to see where it is. Anything that drops below that area, 1 hour, I will no longer be looking at a long here. I'll be looking at a continuation. But it does seem like all the yen pairs are just correcting at this point. And then obviously the NZD USD here, you can see now that it's really at this point in time, it's nothing much. We're waiting, we're consolidating. We'll see what happens as we move forward. All right. And then lastly here, guys, let's go and look at the Euro NZD and see where that one is. The correction, I am possibly looking at price to push back down to this area over here. All right. If price has to break, obviously this low over here, it's going to be a totally different story. If price breaks that specific area, all right, then that's a totally different story. At this point in time, it is still bullish and the correction to the upside is still taking place. All right. GBP AUD, just to let you guys know, I'm swinging GBP AUD at this moment. It's rejecting this area here, so I am swinging it down to 1.88. I know T also spoke about this one. Definitely, this is what I am doing at this point in time with the GBP AUD, and I'm doing exactly the same thing with AUD NZD, trading it from that area to this area over here. I am still in these trades. They are currently in profits. They're looking good, and I'm just waiting for them now. I'm swinging those ones, guys. All right, I'm swinging them. I am not scalping them. I'm not doing any intraday trading on them. I am swinging them to the downside. All right. But guys, I think we've had a fantastic start to the new week. It is the month of August. We are literally flying through the year. We are looking at the corrections of the yen pairs at this point in time at the start of the week. Don't forget, we got the NFP coming on Friday. So we're seeing a lot of moves happen before the time. All right. So join me again tomorrow morning at 9:30 This was a nice quick revision. We'll obviously get into more assets as we do go along from tomorrow onwards. We just had to start the week off at least today, and then we obviously expand. I'd like to look at a few more NZD pairs tomorrow. I'd also like to look at some of the Euro pairs tomorrow. I'd also like to look at some more of the GBP pairs tomorrow. All right. So there'll definitely be some more assets that I'll be looking at. I just wanted the Monday to pass, look at some of the more probable instruments at the start of the week, and then we take it from there. All right. But have a fantastic evening. Rest well. See you at 9:30 sharp. We'll be going through the London session to see how these guys has developed, how they've progressed, and hopefully we have something lekker tomorrow with these setups. All right. Have a good evening now. Ashley Reeve here. What a pleasure to be with you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.